Premium delivery on everything. And take advantage of Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing. Plus, get amazing doorbusters. Steinhaffel's is Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Make plans to stop by Third Ward Beer Garden at Catalano Square. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden, the perfect spot to meet up with friends in the Third Ward. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await at Third Ward Beer Garden.
Bike crash? Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Born in the heart of the earth, natural diamonds rise up like the notes of a song from the throat of Mother Nature.
Rick, that was positively poetic.
Mother Nature sings diamonds.
Sarah, wow, you can sing.
Born in the heart of a plasma chamber, created diamonds fall softly like snowflakes from the heart of a star.
A star that shines like true love.
Natural diamonds are earthborn.
Created diamonds are starborn.
Kessler's has the largest selection of natural diamonds in the state of Wisconsin. All the different sizes, all the fancy shapes.
Give her a fancy diamond.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
Bigger, brighter natural diamonds.
And financing that makes anything possible.
Kessler's is the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America.
Which means we can do anything we want to do.
For you.
Mother Nature sings diamonds.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
Starting off with accidents out on the roads right now. First of all, 4394 southbound, right about at Chase Avenue. We've got the left lane blocked. It was an accident. Looks like they got it cleared, but they are doing some road maintenance on that area. So just be careful with that. Northbound 43, Fond du Lac Avenue. The two center lanes are blocked with a crash there. Otherwise, we've got delays westbound 94 from 13th Street all the way past 27th and then back again through the Stadium Interchange to Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, isolated showers and sprinkles to start things off, then mostly cloudy for the rest of the day, a high of 54. Tonight, partly cloudy, chilly, a low of 41 at the lakefront, 37 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
But yesterday, guys, I had a first time ever in my 43 years. I got an allergy test.
Hi, what are you doing in this neighborhood?
Nothing really. You read here?
Yeah. So how's my money?
Well, it's still green.
What, do you got a call?
No. I had an allergy test when I was like 6.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one when I was young.
I never got one.
Do they still prick the forearm
Yes.
and this
Yeah.
and this and what bubbles and...
Yeah, lots of pricks.
Yeah.
Hey, say, where's the bathroom?
Bathroom's right over there.
Great.
I am happy to report this morning that I have one allergy. One. The whole arm, left side, right side, full of spots, full of pricks, one allergy. You want to guess? And if you guessed Dario, you're close.
What do you mean sniff?
Sniffing with his nose.
Sherry, he probably had a cold.
No, he didn't. I asked him.
So what do you say?
I don't know. You know, what if...
Drugs? You think he's on drugs?
I don't know.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride and she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight. He ain't doing nothing but running his mouth. Talk about it, we all about it.
Generally speaking, gang, are people smart?
No. Heavens no.
No.
Absolutely.
Chewy answered that twice with the microphone off, so I feel like this case is closed.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm smart adjacent. I don't know what the adjacent is.
How many neighborhoods?
I thought you were dumb adjacent.
It's true, I did say that, but I did also say I'm one click below dumb, which was wrong.
Which was dumb.
Correct. No,
How
most people.
many stops are you from smart? You know, are you like 2 stops on the train? Are you
I'm
3
about
stops?
100 yards.
Oh, okay.
100 yards.
Quick sprint.
From smart. But I'm smart at some things and really dumb at others.
Yeah, that's generally how it works. So I wanted to tell you guys that I was in New York this past Tuesday and Wednesday, and first of all, can we talk about New York hotel prices for a moment?
Me and Andrew were just having that conversation in Minneapolis.
What'd you say?
Hotels are the biggest ripoffs right now on the planet. On the planet. You're there for 14 hours. Can I get early check-in? Nope. Can I get late check-out? Nope. They suck. I mean, they really do.
And I'm guessing that when you were there, they were able to, whatever the equivalent of surge pricing is for hotels, because you were there for a graduation. They know, they've got the calendar in front of them. They know when there's a big event, a lot of people coming in, they can crank up those prices. So I'm in New York on Tuesday, and I didn't book a hotel because I was like, I'll just get one when I get there. Well, that was a mistake. $1,200 a night?
Yeah.
$1,500 a night?
Yeah.
$3,600 a night?
For the presidential suites?
For a room at a hotel near where I was doing my event.
With like 12 meals? Like
No
you
meals.
You just get a buffet in the room and have 11 of your closest friends
Zero
over?
meals.
Yeah.
$6,000 a night at the Plaza, which I was never going to stay at the Plaza. What am I, Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 2?
But at that point, you were just curious?
I was like, let's just take a look.
I mean, in some level of fairness, you were in one of the most expensive zip codes in all of America.
Yeah, but I've done this before, Joshy. I do this every year where I go out there, and yes, they run me $400, maybe $5. Never, ever, ever a comma. There's never a comma involved. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be, I don't feel comfortable dropping $1,000 to stay. So I was thinking, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the Emmys. I'm going to bring my suitcase with. I'm going to stash it in the coat room. And then I'm going to go back to LaGuardia, and I'll sleep at LaGuardia. I'll go to the Delta Lounge, grab a chair, catch a few Z's, and then catch my flight back. I was on an 8:30 home. I could have gone on a 6 home, and that's what I probably would have done. But I remembered that my aunt lives in New York.
Oh, you should have stayed. Should have stayed there. Now, we have a scam. I'm not going to tell you what the scam is, but we do have a scam. I'm not telling you.
Wait.
So don't ask. But yes.
Excellent contribution by you.
What is...
It brings it down to normal pricing.
Is this just a scam in general that you're bragging about, or is this a hotel scam?
He takes a piece of hair out of his head.
It's a hotel scam, and it's wonderful. And I got it from my friend Sharkbait down in Florida.
What is the value of saying that you have information, but you're not sharing the information in this setting?
Absolutely nothing.
Because I don't want anyone else to have it.
I think this is one of those situations, Chew, where you were told to keep it a secret, but you were supposed to tell everybody. So I think you should just tell us.
No, I'm not telling you. No.
It's worth a shot, Gabe.
Yeah, I mean,
50-50.
And it's not illegal. It's nothing like that. It's just like, you know what? Screw you.
I mean, if you're not going to share
I'm
with
not
me
sharing it.
your really great streaming service, if you're not going to nominate me when one of those spots comes open, the least you can do is try to save me a little bit of coin when it comes to hotels.
Maybe he'll tell you off the air.
The problem is this. I don't want to devalue the scam. So if I let you guys know, it would devalue the scam. It would make the chances greater than they would figure it out.
Let me ask you a question. I do have a question, though.
All right, I got it.
Philosophically, are you okay saying over and over and over again that you're scamming somebody?
I don't think it's a scam. I think they're crooks
You
in what
called
they charge.
it a scam. I'm just using your language.
Scam's probably the wrong word. How's this? Skirting the system. Is that fair?
How about loophole? Do you like loophole?
Loophole's good.
There it is.
Not illegal. It's not illegal.
I feel pretty comfortable scamming something like a Walmart.
Okay.
What do you mean?
A multi-billion-dollar conglomerate.
No. Yes, I understand that you had no issue with scamming Walmart.
Yes.
I want to know what your scam of Walmart is.
I don't have like one, a double but if you were to scam, if you're to scam the Marriott, I'm not going to lose sleep.
Yeah.
They got a lot of money. They'll be okay.
The Hiltons doing all right for themselves.
Right. It's like if you try to slide in a double coupon and the person doing the checking out or whatever doesn't get it. I don't know. Hey.
That happened to me at Walmart when I worked there. A lot of people like to go to the young kids, and guess who just said, okay, I don't care? Me.
Like I told you.
Not my money.
I told you Amazon the one time I got these lanterns that we didn't wind up liking in Florida. but they sent in them separate boxes, and I sent them back in one big box, and they said, oh, you sent back one. I said, no, I sent back two, and they would not budge. I'm like, I'll get you back. I got them back. Got them back. I'm good at that stuff, man.
And speaking of getting back to staying at my aunt's.
Yes.
She doesn't have a phone charger in her apartment. If I were staying at a hotel, I only need the cord because you can plug it into the nightstand or the lamp or all the things that they have the plugs into. So I got to walk to the Home Depot in downtown, in Manhattan, okay? Upper East Side Manhattan. And I get in there to buy the phone charger, and I walk out. I didn't walk out with the phone charger. Sorry, getting ahead of myself.
She scammed Home Depot.
Exactly, there it is. Which I should not do since they are the presenting sponsor of Game Day, but I digress.
I don't want to get too far off track. You went to a Home Depot for a phone charger?
That's the closest thing.
Bodegas. All of them have phone chargers.
You're probably right. Probably right.
I've been to many.
I will tell you this, though. My aunt only lives 4 blocks from the Home Depot that's there. So it was fine. It was fine. But so I get to the checkout. This is what I want to get to with you guys. I get to the checkout, and I'm talking to the gentleman who's running the checkout. And maybe he picks up a slight accent or something. I don't know. But he says, "Where are you from?" I said, "Oh, I live in Wisconsin." He says, "Where's that?" And
That's fair.
I said, "It's just north of Illinois." And he said, "Where's that?"
Okay.
And I said, "Are you familiar with Chicago?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, I know the Bulls." And I said, "Well, Illinois is the state that the Bulls live in."
So you know he is a believer in flyover people.
Okay, so what I want to ask this morning
Which is very offensive to people in the Midwest. Am I right or wrong?
Can you see this on the stream?
Yeah.
That is
Can
correct.
you see this on the stream?
Or you were talking to somebody who is not an American.
Or dumb.
This is a blank map of the United States.
Okay.
How many of these states do you think everyone in here knows?
All of them.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, I can tell you what each of these are. I will tell you this, though. I always get Wyoming and Colorado confused.
Well, Colorado's perfect square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wyoming is not?
Correct.
Yep.
What about Delaware, Maryland?
The Northeast is worth in the.
That's where things get dicey?
They get
Oh,
dicey
that's-
for me.
Well,
You
Vermont, New
really
Hampshire.
think you could nail all 50
I mean,
states?
all of them.
There you go.
I've been.
I mean, so I believe Chewy can because, again, the whole Vermont, New Hampshire thing is... That's the only thing that would trip me up.
So you got to point
That's a
to him, though.
50-50 chance there.
Well, I just said the same thing. Which is the lefty, which is the righty?
Yeah, it's a 50-50 on Vermont, New Hampshire.
Delaware, Maryland's tough
How is Delaware, Maryland tough?
because they're right next to one
But
another.
Delaware's
like-
the tiny... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
What we should do here is give old Chew a pen, and during the break,
Okay.
he gets to write
get 'em all.
all the names,
Here you go,
no
bud.
assistance. He writes all the names he can possible. Because I've done this quiz. It's on Sporkle.
Yeah.
I've never gone 50 for 50. I get tripped up, but I'm like 46, 47 in that range. Because some of those in that Northeast, I flip-flop.
It's so no.
Well, you're from there.
But he's
I
from the
know,
Northeast,
I
so
know,
that's
I know,
that's
I know.
why I think Chewy's got the best chance because he's from the Northeast.
Yeah.
So kind of, the mumbo jumbo that is New England, he's going to be able to sort that out.
Wait, you don't think I have the best chance since I travel to all of these states? There are only 6 states in the U.S. I haven't
You
been
travel
to.
apparently without a way to plug in your phone. You can't be trusted.
No, I had a cord. I just didn't have a block.
Yeah, as much as you travel,
Well,
how do you not have block?
Guess what? I'll print you another sheet. You do your own. You see if you go 50-50.
You do it too. I think Gabe should have to do it too.
No, I already said I didn't have the best chance of going 50 for 50. I can go.
You wanted 50 for 50 glory. You got to prove it.
Yeah.
All right, I think I can do it.
Yeah, if you want to say you've got the best
especially
chance.
because when I looked at the map, I was like, which of these is Wyoming again? And then I looked at the map and was like, oh, that's Wyoming. Okay, good.
That's actually Colorado.
Maybe. All right, we got to get to Jason Wilde here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Lots of stuff to get to this morning. I'm sure you saw the news about the Tush push. We will talk about that and why, and if you're okay with the Packers being the dummy to the NFL's ventriloquist. We'll explain that metaphor as the show goes on. Also, I'm sure you saw the game last night. I'm sure everybody saw. And as I said to Gabe, at one point late in that contest, I go, oh no, Knicks fans, we've been here. Bucks fans have been here before. So we'll talk about that as Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on this morning. Stick around.
The next best round of golf for you. What's going to happen to the Wisconsin Country Club? Do what I did. Join. Become a member at the Wisconsin Country Club. Some of the great things: no assessments, no food and beverage minimums, and a beautiful course that is fun and challenging. It's my favorite part. It's the reason why I joined. I love playing that course. It is so replayable, and you're not going to get bored out there. Great practice area, too, if that's something you want to get into with the range. Couple of different short game areas, the putting greens. The Wisconsin Club also has tennis and pickleball courts, pool with themed Sunday fun days every week, especially once it gets warm. Get started today. Visit thewisconsincountryclub.com for membership info. The Wisconsin Country Club, just a fairway away.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Starting off with accidents out on the roads right now. First of all, 4394 southbound, right about at Chase Avenue. We've got the left lane blocked. It was an accident. Looks like they got it cleared, but they are doing some road maintenance on that area. So just be careful with that. Northbound 43, Fond du Lac Avenue. The two center lanes are blocked with a crash there. Otherwise, we've got delays westbound 94 from 13th Street all the way past 27th and then back again through the stadium interchange to Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, isolated showers and sprinkles to start things off, then mostly cloudy for the rest of the day, a high of 54. Tonight, partly cloudy, chilly, a low of 41 at the lakefront, 37 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
Your chance to spend an afternoon on the links with ESPN Milwaukee is just a tap away. The 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open happens July 15th at the Ball Golf Course, and we're inviting a lucky ESPN Milwaukee fan and 3 guests. Hang out with your favorite ESPN Milwaukee hosts, play around at one of Wisconsin's most popular courses, and enjoy food and drinks throughout the day. Open up the contest tab in the ESPN Wisconsin app and register for your chance to win this fan foursome with ESPN Milwaukee.
Truck drivers, the job you have today might not be the one you want tomorrow, and that's okay. At Schneider, our transfer team is here to help you if you decide the job you picked isn't the right fit, or if you come across life changes that require a different schedule or home time. Last year, nearly 2,000 Schneider drivers transferred to different opportunities at the company that better met their lifestyle. Find the driving job that fits yours and your family's needs. Apply now at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Sip into a flawless summer. Hey, it's KBN's Brad Nortman. Let Carbless ready-to-drink cocktails be your passport to pool parties, patio hangouts, cookouts, and pure summer bliss. Carbless is here to spark a summer of flavor and fun. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and of course, all the good vibes. From fruity flavors to refreshing fizz, Carbless stands out in a sea of same old seltzers. See what flavors fit your summer. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com and enter to win a flawless summer prize pack today.
If you're a motorist of the four-wheel variety, please watch out for those of us in Wisconsin who do their traveling on 2 wheels. Adjust your mirrors to reduce your blind spots. Allow motorcyclists a full lane width. Use your turn signal when merging or changing lanes. And allow more following distance between you and the motorcycle. Motorists and motorcyclists can work together to achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roads. 0 in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
Forget average. At Exterior Pros, they bring the heat. They're not here to meet standards, they're here to smash them. From the first swing of the hammer to the final reveal, they're leveling up your home with every window, every shingle, and every single detail. This isn't just a remodel, it's a glow up for your house. Built tough, built beautiful, built to turn heads. One in? Let's go. Lock in your project now and save $3,000. Exterior Pros, where bold meets built. Trust the pros and visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274.
It's party time at Cousins Subs. For a limited time only, Cousins 2-foot party subs are back. Choose from the club, ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99. Feeds 5 to 8 people and requires 24-hour notice to order. And now you can complete your party by adding a party chip bag and a dozen chocolate chip cookies for just $4.99. Order today in store, online, or on the app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that This guy's on the field. He changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Don't mind me, just over here filling out my state map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 left. But I got to take a break. Get to Jason Wilde. Good morning, Jason. How are you doing today?
Do you have New Hampshire yet?
Yeah.
Live free or die, Jason.
That's what I've heard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You bozo. I'm working through the Wyoming, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska area right now. That's what I'm trying to, doing one of those.
That could be tricky.
It is a little tricky. I think it's a little tricky. The guys made fun of me. They're like, one is a square and one is a rectangle. I was like, okay. Jason, so the Tush push yesterday does not get passed, but that seemed to be kind of the side story. It got very loud. There were some phrases thrown out there that we can't even say on the radio. A Kelsey showed up. What was your reaction to what went down yesterday regarding the Tush push?
The Packers should have never agreed to be the sacrificial lamb.
Great call. Great call.
Like, I just don't, like, I understand why the league wanted them. And I don't know if people saw this, but the team president of the Lions actually said publicly, on the record, that Troy Vincent had come to him about that reseeding proposal where you didn't have to necessarily win your division to get a top 4 seed if you had a better record than a division winner. He flat out, he said the quiet part out loud and said, yeah, the league approached us and asked if we wanted to partner in a proposal. Now, that did not have enough votes to pass, so they pulled it at the meeting yesterday in suburban Minneapolis. They did not do the same for the Packers' proposal about the Tush push, and then it promptly lost. It won, but it lost. I love the Eagles, by the way, with their victory laps. There were 22 teams who voted to abolish it. They just didn't get the 24 they needed to truly get rid of it. So I thought that this was poorly handled, but if I was the Packers, I'd be pissed. Like, I would just be like, look, you guys, you put us in this position. Now they're going to come and look, they're not going to win or lose the game on November 10th on Monday Night Football based on the fact that they proposed the Tush push. But they just, why they had to have their name attached to it, I understand the reasoning that they don't have an owner and Murphy's retiring and, that it prevented there from being a, big argument between Jeffrey Lurie and a specific owner whose team would have presented it. But the bottom line is that they put the Packers in position to fail, and that's what the proposal did, fail.
Jason, I was on with Homer yesterday, and Homer floated the idea that the Packers owed Goodell something for bringing the draft to Green Bay. You think that's a possibility or no?
Yeah, he floated that to me too. I mean, maybe it's part of the whole stew, right? Hey, because look, Roger Goodell, as I've said to you guys before and others, like he's asked Murphy to float ideas before, right? Like at one point, he was the one who floated the idea of fewer preseason games, and then he suggested the model of 16 regular season and only 2 preseason. Then it was the 17, and well, if we can just be at 20. Like when they started working on getting the 17th game, Mark Murphy was the guy who was front and center putting that stuff out there for people to react to. It's kind of like the old Life cereal commercials. Give it to Mikey. When it comes to ideas, it's, hey, give it to Murphy. See how people react, because he's going to say something publicly anyway, so we might as well just tell him to say something publicly. So, maybe that's part of it. I didn't, as I sometimes do with other Homer ideas, I did not dismiss it immediately out of hand. So there might be something to that, sure.
But is that going to continue with Murphy on his way out and policy coming in?
Great question. If I'm at policy, I'm like, I'm not your Huckleberry. I'm not doing this. I just saw what happened to us with this tush push business. Find somebody else. Ask Jacksonville, right? like in draft day. Who's that rookie GM down in Jacksonville? Let's hoodwink him. Just let's always make sure Jacksonville brings these proposals anymore. What are they going to say? No, they're barely in the league. They're on the verge of being relegated. So I don't know. That's a great question, Gabe. If I'm Ed Policy, though, I would have a policy that I wasn't going to do this anymore.
Jason, do you think that the Packers will implement the tush push into their offense a little bit more now that it is legal for another year?
So I don't they have their own version, right? They motion Tucker Kraft, who clearly has better hands than Chewy, because Lord knows Holmgren would have never put him under center, into that spot. But the difference,
What's that? You and Frank running the tush push, Brett Wilson behind you.
The smell.
Favre shoving your butt behind you.
No, I'm out.
I'm sorry, Jason.
No, it's okay. It's great imagery. Dazzling detail, some might say. But they have their version, right, with Tucker Kraft. But what I think is important to note is that they don't utilize Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love then shoving his butt forward trying to get the first down. Now, he was perfect last year. I think, including playoffs, he was 6 for 6. So it's been effective for them. I still think that this thing is on borrowed time. You get 22 votes. Next year, they're going to have some sort of, medical information. I think they, again, did they ask the Packers to rewrite the language right before they voted again, right? I thought that was odd. It's just ham-handed how this whole thing was handled. They said that there was a greater risk of injury, but they had no evidence to back it up. There was no proof of it because it's not used so frequently that they'd be able to use it. Then, like you said, Jason Kelsey coming, like this is Capitol Hill with lobbyists coming in. It's just, what a weird deal. And then, the Eagles, I've never seen a team's social media department go overboard. They did 10 memes on winning this vote that they lost 22-10. And then they put up, did you guys see this on YouTube? They put up a 26-minute montage of all their successful tush pushes. I hope I don't understand. This idea that this is, they're so, and again, I do not feel comfortable quoting Jeffrey Lurie on our airwaves, but the comparison he made to having this play that's unstoppable, I just thought this was a bad look for the league, and the Packers were front and center, and I thought unfairly.
Jason, is this NFL flag football Olympics going to be a complete joke? I mean, who's the comp? I had a brother that's 3 years older than I am, that when he was 24, he'd play against 10-year-olds and dominate and go, yeah, in your face. Who's the competition? I mean, really?
Well, not 10-year-olds, but yeah, I don't, because that would really be something. Look, I don't know how this will ultimately shake out, right? Didn't they, correct me if I'm wrong, Jen, but they had a rule that you can only send one player from each team, was the compromise of getting NFL players involved. I don't know. It seems that the players are very excited about this idea. That's the impression that I get, but I don't know. Do we find when they play flag football at the Pro Bowl, is that good television? Do fans like it? I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, enough fans do, Jason, because it's not a typical NFL number that, in terms of television ratings, but it still draws.
Why am I
fans.
watching? It's on TV.
Not yet.
Not yet. It actually is on TV at this point. So yeah, it's a great question. I was reading a story the other day about Brock Purdy and how he credits playing flag football for making him a good, fast decision maker from a young age. I know, obviously, Kurt Warner used to always tell the story about how his decision making was sped up because he played arena football. So I get that there are other versions of football that can be helpful to NFL players. I don't know if it goes the other way. I mean, obviously these guys are the top flight players in the game, but I don't know. I don't know anything about, like, is this going to be like when they first put together the dream team?
I think it's
in
going to be
basketball.
worse. I think it'll be worse. I mean,
so
who are they going to play? You know?
Yeah.
We're playing Taiwan. Woo! 5'2", 106 pounds. I mean, what are we doing?
Nothing I would have said would have been as funny as that. So, I will just say this: I am eager to see how it plays out, and I am extremely eager to see if the Packers have a player on this team. That does interest me. I'd be lying if I said it didn't.
Jason, some of these details that came out about the Tush Push meeting just have me chuckling to myself. The fact that Jeffrey Lurie apparently talked for an hour to try to plead his case, which apparently ended up working because they didn't get enough votes.
Well, but who was the guy who said, like, are you done talking?
Yeah, Jed York. Any more bleep you have to say? But Jason, is there any seemingly mundane thing that you could talk an hour about?
No. I mean, let's be honest. I'm guessing there's plenty of people that think that I do that on a regular basis, whether it's when I'm asking questions or hosting our show.
No, that was funny.
But I don't think mundane. No, this is, again,
seriously, this is a 1-yard play that Jeffrey Lurie just went in and talked an hour about for a 1-yard play.
Yeah, and he obviously is very proud of it, right? Like, I don't think he designed it, but it's his team that runs it. It's unstoppable. Although the Packers did stop it. I think they've stopped it twice over the years that they've been doing it. In fact, if I remember correctly from that playoff game, I mean, they got it on the subsequent play, so it's not that big of a deal. But I think the picture that they posted with the push-on snarky remark, I think the Packers actually stopped that one and then got beat on it on the second time. So
that is correct.
So I'm happy for the Eagles because, gosh, you know, they celebrated this like they celebrated winning the Super Bowl. So I guess it really matters a lot to them. I think it's on borrowed time, and I think not only was it a bad look for the league to put the Packers in this spot, but I think ultimately a year from now when they go to the NFL meetings in March, wherever they are, that it's going to get voted out. Like how often do you remember a time when the league wanted something abolished or gotten rid of or changed and it didn't ultimately happen? They always get it. They always get their way. The house always wins, and they will eventually get rid of this play. But I do wonder if they just eliminated the shoving from behind.
Yes, agree.
Is that all it would take? Because again, the Packers run their version without that. It's very effective.
Well, without the shoving from behind, Jason, it's just a quarterback sneak.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's my point. Is that why is this such like maybe they just execute their quarterback sneaks better, and they have a quarterback who's sturdy enough to be behind that gigantic offensive line and be effective. Like, again, do we think Jordan Love, and this is not a knock on Jordan at all, but he is not the same build as Jalen Hurts. Like, this is why the Packers designed the Tucker Kraft, the tight end sneak. Right? Because
they
don't feel like they're right.
No, he's not dainty. All right.
I think he's dainty.
Not the word I would have used. Personally,
Chewy keeps using that word to describe Jordan Love. But
Jason, he's closer to dainty than sturdy. Would you agree?
I hate it when you do this to me. Yeah,
he's closer to dainty than sturdy. Is that what the inquiry was?
Yes.
So on the spectrum,
yes.
Jordan Love is closer to dainty than sturdy, according to you.
Would you agree? Put it on the poll.
We've already done this. We already asked, just so you know, Jason, we have already asked our loyal listeners, is dainty for a quarterback a compliment? That was a resounding no, just so you know, in case you weren't sure.
How many people voted yes?
Not many.
So that's why we say stop taking him out.
9%, and I took it as a win.
Jason, before we let you go, how confident are you that you could name all 50 states on a map? If we gave you a blank map, how confident are you that you'd be able to fill?
How much time do I get? How much time do I get? Do I get all the commercial breaks?
Yeah, I mean,
I think I could. I am fairly confident I could do that. Yes. Now, give me a world map, and I'm in a lot more trouble.
Oh, me too. Absolutely. Geography is not my strong suit. But I was telling the guys that when I was in New York on Tuesday, a gentleman asked me where I was from. I said Wisconsin, and he said, "Where's that?" And I thought, well, okay, Wisconsin is tough. Sometimes people confuse it with Michigan. I said, well, it's right above Illinois. And he said, "Where's that?"
And he said, "Where's that?"
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, you looked great. I can't remember where I was. I walked into some restaurant or something, and there you were on Around the Horn. And so I stopped, and of course, it had no sound. I don't know why they put those shows on in restaurants, and then you can't hear them. It is a debate show. The whole point is what you're saying.
Well,
correct?
and if nothing else, Jason, and this is one of my I will die on this hill. If nothing else, put up closed caption. If it's a bar or a restaurant and you have a sports show on, a conversation show, the very least you can do, the bare minimum is closed captions.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, Jason, we appreciate you hanging out with us. We will take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and we will check out the maps and see how we did on filling out.
I've got Chewy's graded. Are you done with yours?
So I'm missing one state. I have counted this thing 3 times, and it's 49 every time. So I got to go back one more time and figure out what state
All right, your assignment's due by the end of the commercial break.
All right, sounds good. We'll be right back after this.
Taste what all the screaming is about with a buy one, get one sale at Pick and Save and Metro Market stores. It is going on through May 27th. Screamin' Sicilian, known for tons of toppings and that buttery stone-fired crust. So it's the perfect time to stock on your freezers for your screaming favorites with a BOGO sale. Buy one, get one. Screamin' Sicilian at Pick and Save and Metro Market stores. Stock up this Memorial Day weekend with your favorite Screamin' Sicilian. Again, buy one, get one, going on through the 27th at Pick and Save and Metro Market stores.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound 4394, seeing delays from Howard Avenue all the way up through the Marquette. You're back on the brakes from North Avenue up towards Keith. The southbound side slowing down from Capitol Drive down to Keith. On westbound 94, that's looking pretty good. Right out of the Marquette all the way into Waukesha County. Eastbound's a little bit tight from 84th Street to Hawley Road. And southbound 41, a heavy ride from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Third Ward Beer Garden. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await at Third Ward Beer Garden. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, isolated showers or sprinkles, otherwise mostly cloudy, a high of 54. Tonight, partly cloudy and chilly. It'll have a low of 41 at the lakefront, 37 inland. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With a dedicated Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. For 15 years, we've been serving businesses, organizations, and individuals in the area with a long-standing commitment to the healthcare and not-for-profit sectors. Whether it's expansion to commercial payments, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions to navigate your organization's complex needs. Experience the difference with Fifth Third Bank. National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp recently surveyed more than 16,000 people and found that while 75% of people believe it is wise to seek support, only 27% of Americans are actually in therapy, and people stay silent to avoid being judged. BetterHelp has more than 10 years of experience matching you with the right therapist. We are all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout for 10% off your first month of therapy today. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. With Saver, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Hey, everyone who I let try borscht likes it. They don't love it, but it's a liver.
What an endorsement.
This is your
but hold on.
There's your airline, guys. Good luck. I don't even have to talk anymore.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, you can enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. It's conveniently located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee's Theater District. Deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, artists in residence, and nightly live music, so you will enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com. Chewy and I have turned in our maps, again, prompted by the gentleman in New York who asked me where Wisconsin is. I said, what percentage of Americans do you think can identify all 50 states on the map? And Chewy was very confident in his abilities to do so, and somehow I got roped into this sucker as well. So we have both turned in our maps to Professor.
What do you mean somehow? You were offended that we thought Chewy could do it, and then you wanted to jump in.
I was offended that you thought Chewy could do it better than I could do it. That was where the offense came. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And so we have turned in our maps to Professor Neitzel and Professor Neitzel. So my issue is, as we were talking to Jason Wilde, I counted over and over and over again, and I kept getting 49 states. So I'm like, I got to be missing one in that little jammed up area over there by New York, New Jersey, Delaware, all those things. And so I could only get 49 states, Gabe. So I don't know which one I missed.
However, you just can't count. Apparently, you can't count to 50. While you can name all 50 states on a map, you cannot actually count to 50.
Wait, so I got all the states?
You got all the states. You got all the states correct.
But I didn't know that I got all the states.
But you can't count to 50. So you take the win. I mean, you ended somehow you went 1-1, even though there was only one assignment. You won one, you lost one.
Yeah.
Chewy, 46 out of 50, buddy.
No way.
You mixed up, and you struggled to get Kansas. But you switched up Kansas and Nebraska, so you flipped those.
Oh.
And then somehow flipped Montana and Wyoming.
Ooh.
I did?
Big Sky.
Okay, I've been to both of those.
Yeah.
Which one's next to Canada?
Oh, Montana.
Yeah, you put Wyoming.
That's a shame. Okay.
So you got 46 out of 50.
How many states have you been to? 50, I haven't been to Alaska and the Dakotas, but I will knock a Dakota out because Coach is at North Dakota State.
But I will knock a Dakota out.
How many have you been to?
Dakota gonna knock you out.
How many have you been to? All of them?
I have not been to all of them. There's some in kind of that Appalachia area that I have not visited. Virginia, West Virginia,
Yeah.
Maryland, Delaware. Haven't gone all the way up in New England.
Okay.
So Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. Still need to hit that.
You could do that in, let me see, you could do it at 4 hours?
Yeah, I was about to say, they're also small.
Yeah, you hit Rhode Island, Connecticut, Mass. Just do a little small. Maine, you got to kind of go up for a little bit.
Here's what I got. I haven't been to Delaware, which is crazy. I
lived
know.
up there.
I lived in Connecticut,
Yeah.
which is not that far. I've been to Maryland, but I've never been to Delaware.
Chewy, how
I was
hard would
on
it
a
have been
train.
to
I took
drive
the-
through Massachusetts to get to
It's longer than you think.
Vermont?
And also Wayne's World. Remember, he's like, hey,
Yeah.
we're in Delaware. Basically, why would you go to Delaware? I've never been to Hawaii. So Hawaii is on my list. of
I haven't done
states I've
Hawaii.
never been to.
Alaska?
Haven't done Hawaii or Alaska.
I've been to Alaska. We should talk about that in the break.
Okay.
Incredible. We had an amazing time. I have not been to Maine. Also, the fact that we never vacationed
So
for...
you went to New Hampshire but didn't make it into Maine?
Yes, I went to New Hampshire for a wedding.
Again, how did you not? When you drove up to Idaho, you should have done the same thing. Just pop over to Maine.
100%. Couldn't agree more. Checked it off the old list. I've never been to New Mexico.
You're not missing much.
I enjoyed New Mexico.
You would.
If their football team gets a little better,
There's
maybe
a lot
we'll.
of rolling coal in New Mexico.
It's got some nice mountains.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's very charming. I have never been to Wyoming.
Okay.
And maybe Montana as well. When game day went to Montana, I was not there. So they went and I did not go, and so that was an ability to check it off, and I did not get to check it off. So I got 6 left.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you've got both Dakotas. Why don't you just knock out both Dakotas when you go visit Coach, who's at North Dakota? Just bop on down to South Dakota.
I could. Sounds like a lot of work.
Doesn't it depend where in North Dakota he is?
Fargo. I think that's a little bit of a drive.
I
mean, a little bit might be 3 hours.
I am not familiar with my North Dakota geography.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I think Fargo's a little. It's probably a 3-hour drive.
So Packers Outsiders weighing in saying, did you guys not do the 50 Nifty United States song in school? Easy way to remember them all.
No.
Couldn't agree more, Packers Outsider. My husband and my children have learned the 50 Nifty United States song. I never did.
How does it go, Joshy?
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. Carry on. I'm not going to sing.
I got him to sing. I finally got him to sing, though.
I thought you were going to do the whole thing.
Gabe's the only one. We're going to sing the next Jewelry Center together.
We sang a song. We've all sung on the show.
Oh, that's
Joshy
true.
did the rendition of Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yeah.
We did a couple of different songs.
That's true.
I also still think that when we all sang Jump On It, should count.
You're right. I was
Bump,
wrong.
bump, bump, bump. Exactly. So, what?
I mean, Fargo's like right on the border of North Dakota and Minnesota. And it's pretty far south in North Dakota. You could be able to pop over to South Dakota in an hour and a half.
If I cared, I'd do it. I mean, really. You know? Not big on legwork.
Well, this wouldn't be legwork. It'd be drive work.
That's
Hop in the car. You like driving around. You got
Gabe's
time.
like, I'm not telling you got to run there.
I mean, if you want to, knock yourself out.
How far is Fargo from, say, a landmark / tourist attraction like the, I don't know, Mount Rushmore?
Looks like it's a pretty far distance.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
My son was just recruiting in South Dakota. A lot of 9-man football. Put on 4,000 miles in a week and a half.
Whoa.
Yeah. He doesn't have the greatest recruiting area.
What, just listen to a lot of podcasts?
I don't know what he does.
What are you doing in 4,000 miles in a week and a half?
I don't know. On the phone a lot. A lot of coach speak.
Did you get a call? You got a couple calls?
Oh, a couple.
Yeah. Just trying to kill some time.
Yeah.
We will take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to. We talked about the tush push with Jason. And do you like, as a Packers fan, the position that the Packers were in, being asked essentially to float this out there, to be the sacrificial lamb, to be, and I've been saying, the dummy to the ventriloquist, right? Roger Goodell's the ventriloquist. The Packers were the dummy. They said what he wanted them to say. And here we are with the tush push existing for at least one more year. We'll discuss that when we come back.
At the Ewald Automotive Group, they don't just see the uniform. They see the people in them. They will service those who serve, our brave first responders. Thank you for all your dedication, sacrifice, and for keeping us safe. As always, service members and their families can benefit from the Military Advantage Program with special pricing and incentives. In an every vehicle and a new car sold this month, Ewald will make a donation to local military and first responder charities. Thank you from the Ewald Automotive Group.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
No one should face MS alone. The National MS Society is here so that no one has to. There are nearly 1 million people in the United States with MS, with more than 20,000 of those living right here in Wisconsin. The National MS Society makes sure everyone has what they need to take back control from MS. We embrace and are committed to bringing our entire MS community together, representative of all the various dimensions of diversity. The National MS Society is here for every person with MS. We always will be, until we find a cure. To learn more, to donate, or offer your support, head to nationalmssociety.org.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's your Green Bay football buddy John Kuhn here, reminding you to buckle up for safety whenever you get in your vehicle. Whether you're driving to work, school, shopping, or to catch the big game, remember, click it or ticket. Buckling up saves lives. Every trip, every time. Don't risk it, guys. It's not worth the ticket or the danger. Click it or ticket. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Brought to you by Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush-mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at Discount Liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. It's time to stock up for your Memorial Day weekend celebrations. Whether you need a couple of cases, a cold half barrel, a great bottle of wine, your favorite craft beer, or hard-to-find liquor, you'll find it at Discount Liquor, all at the lowest prices in town. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. Have a happy and safe Memorial Day weekend from all of us at Discount Liquor.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings Discount Liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So overrated.
Come on, his head is a pumpkin.
Yeah, he's so right. Chewy's never been more right about anything.
Chewy was right. Yeah. Holy, Chewy was right.
Yeah.
Imagine the helmet on that dome. It'd be the first 8.5 size helmet. What the?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Looking for a home can be a lot of things. Stressful, time-consuming, expensive. But looking for a home should be an exciting chapter in your life. The We Sell group at Keller Williams knows this. Their passion is people. And now that my family and I are looking for a lake house to enjoy the Wisconsin summers even more, I feel their passion throughout the process. They are knowledgeable. They are approachable. They have unprecedented availability. Maybe you're looking for a lake house, or maybe you're a first-time home buyer. Either way, if you're navigating the home buying process, it will be easier with Rob and Nick from the We Sell Group by your side. The We Sell Group's selling process makes sure that the best and most competitive offers are made on your home. So get started on a stress-free journey today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com. I saw Charles Barkley pleading Mr. Halliburton's case yesterday, saying that he believes that Tyrese Halliburton's father, who famously taunted Giannis when the Bucks and Pacers were playing, that he should be allowed back to games. Thoughts, gentlemen?
I would agree with him if he didn't just go on and decide to lie on local television here in Milwaukee. Like, when he decided to do that, like, clearly there's just no remorse. No remorse. So I do not have any sympathy for him, the fact that he did not get to be in person at Madison Square Garden last night and see his son hit another incredible shot, the team that his son plays for make another incredible comeback. Don't have any sympathy.
I don't have a problem with it, but as long as he knows you're one and done, one more minor slip, you're gone. You're gone forever. I guess I don't have a problem with it.
Is it disrespectful to Giannis to allow him back to basically shorten the punishment? This was a punishment for bad behavior, right? We can all agree on that. Him not being allowed to go to the games going forward is a punishment for bad behavior. Is it a bad look by the league if they rescind that punishment? Is it disrespectful to Giannis, who he was taunting? And again, the more you watch the video and the more angles you saw of it, there was just no way he was going to sell us on, to your point, Gabe, his version of the truth.
Oh, I didn't even see Giannis there.
Well,
I was looking through him. I was looking at the crowd.
Should there be two sets of rules? Because if this guy wasn't the father of a player, he'd be gone.
Correct.
Gone.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's the dad of Halliburton, should he get kind of a pass? I would say yes, but then do you restrict him to, like, you're nowhere by the court? You're not anything lower than 20 rows.
Because, again, like, this is the first time I remember this happening. Like, in the middle of a playoff series, right? Like, Giannis and... Giannis talked about it, in the post game after it had happened, where his mom was like, after they won a championship, like, after you win a championship, yeah, have your family come out, like, yeah, who cares, right?
Yeah.
But like, still in the middle of a series to come out and taunt somebody like that.
Yeah, no, it's.
And again, this is up to the Pacers. This was a Pacers decision. Unless the league won.
I think Adam Silver may have a say in it as well.
Well, sure, but unless again they're pulling an NFL and going, hey, take care of this yourselves, or we'll take care of it for you. But the way that it was initially presented was, hey, this is something that the Pacers decided to do in terms of, because the league doesn't want. Last night was a fantastic game. The comeback, or the shot that Tyrese hit, to beat the Bucks when his dad came out on the floor, like, they want the story to be about the game. And they want the story to be about Tyrese and what he does, not some dad wandering out onto the floor. So, yeah, I think to your point, Chew, yeah, maybe they just, hey, you can come back to the games. We're putting you in a suite.
Yeah.
We're putting you up top. We're not going to have you anywhere near, because they don't want any stories, especially in the Eastern Conference Finals, to be about anything but what's happening on the floor between these two teams.
I just think the basic thing here is serve your punishment. This was the punishment. You behaved badly. They threw down a punishment. Just serve it. I just don't understand why now they're getting sentimental about, like, oh, he's missing out on these moments. Yeah, that's what a punishment is.
Yeah.
You can't be the parent that's like, oh, man, I grounded you, but now your friends are all going out, and it looks like they're having a great time, and now I feel bad that you're missing out. Missing out is the punishment, right? That's supposed to deter the behavior going forward. I guess in this case, it was just supposed to show that the league was going to crack down on this type of thing. I don't think that they should rescind it. Joshy, where do you stand on this?
I'm indifferent. I understand why it would be. I mean, his son's at a spot they didn't expect him to be. Let's be honest. And there seems to be a real potential, and I think that's what Chuck is getting at, that the Indiana Pacers do end up winning this series, therefore putting them in the championship. And while I understand this is the punishment, I think at very least he should be able to be in a box or be away from the court. And you kind of do a happy medium. Let's be honest, you make special accommodations for your stars all the time. You let them sit in the box. Let them sit in the nosebleeds, wherever.
I mean, and it was...
What was the punishment?
Well,
an indefinite ban?
Foreseeable future was the way it was worded.
Yeah.
Like he's going to stay away
I'm
from
with
home
Josh.
and road games for the foreseeable future.
Maybe not for this series. Serve your time, but if he does make it to the championship.
Let me ask you a question. If this had happened to LeBron James, right, face of the league, been around all these years, superstar, Hall of Famer, etc., would they call LeBron and say, "Hey, we're thinking about doing this. What do you think? How do you feel about this?"
Probably, because LeBron's been pretty vocal in terms of league matters. I don't know if Giannis really cares anymore.
Well, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
I would say, just to do your due diligence, if you're even considering this, I'd call Giannis and say, here's what we're thinking. Giannis is family. Maybe Giannis will be like, yes,
he would.
I want his dad to be able to.
Fine.
Exactly. But
Yes.
I think you extend that offer to Giannis so that it doesn't look disrespectful to him when you undermine or shorten the punishment for somebody that taunted him in that situation. So I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, the very least you could do is give Giannis a call and say, how do you feel about this? Take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We got a lot more to get to in the second hour. Stick around.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Yeah, it has been. Westbound on 894, we got the backups right now coming out of the Mitchell interchange, pretty much all the way past Loomis. Eastbound 94, looking at delays from 84th Street all the way to 35th. Westbound 94, backing up from 25th Street to about Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 43, a little heavy from before Hampton all the way down to about Burleigh, the northbound side. We've got backups basically from the Plainfield curve all the way up through the Marquette all the way to Keefe. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, isolated showers or sprinkles, otherwise mostly cloudy, a high of 54. Tonight, partly cloudy and chilly, a low of 41 at the lake, 37 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman. The summer months are all about activity, but you can't experience that activity if you have pain in your joints. QC Kinetics has been the nation's leader in non-surgical relief for that joint pain. Don't just take my word for it. There's over 50,000 satisfied patients nationwide. It's truly remarkable how Milwaukee's medical direct, Dr. Ashley Caravelli and her team are using regenerative cell therapy to restore that tissue in your achy joints. They're utilizing biological growth factors, things I've seen with my own two eyes at the Greenfield location. It's a powerful and potent way to give new life to your joints, repairing that old tissue that's causing all the pain. And the best part, with QC Kinetics, there's no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Give yourself the gift of pain-free living and lasting relief with QC Kinetics so you can do all the things you enjoy this summer. Get your free consultation today by calling QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
But yesterday, guys, I had a first time ever in my 43 years. I got an allergy test.
Hi, what are you doing in this neighborhood?
Nothing really. You read here?
Yeah. So how's my money?
Well, it's still green.
What, do you got a cold?
No. I had an allergy test when I was like 6.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one when I was young.
I never got one.
Do they still prick the forearm
Yes.
and this
Yeah.
and this and what
Yes.
bubbles and...
Yeah, lots of pricks.
Yeah.
Hey, say, where's the bathroom?
Bathroom's right over there.
Great.
I am happy to report this morning that I have one allergy. One. The whole arm, left side, right side, full of spots, full of pricks, one allergy. You want to guess? And if you guess Dario, you're close.
What do you mean sniff?
Sniffing with his nose.
Jerry, he probably had a cold.
No, he didn't. I asked him.
So what do you say?
I don't know. You know, what if drugs?
You think he's on drugs?
I don't know.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing.
There seems to be at least some excitement around the league for what Matthew Golden can do for the wide receiver core, for the wide receiver room, for the Green Bay Packers. They're already starting to talk about fantasy. They're already starting to project. And take it for what it's worth, right? Like, we have no idea, but, you know, some of these guys, they do this year-round. And so ESPN.com put out a list projecting the 2025 NFL rookie leaders in stat categories. 10 of them, actually. So the curiosity got the best of me, and of course I scrolled down to receiving, and I was like, well, let's see what they think about the Green Bay Packers' newest wide receiver. Chewy, they have Matthew Golden projected to be the number 2 rookie this year in the NFL, behind Tet McMillan, who is with the Panthers. Here are the numbers they project him to have: 889 yards and 6 touchdowns. Sound about right for a rookie wide receiver?
No. Sounds a little high. I think they rank him so high because there's so much uncertainty in that room. There's really no superstars. They're all kind of the same type of guy. They didn't say receptions, just touchdowns?
Just touchdowns.
Yeah, yards and touchdowns.
So 880 would probably be 50s? 60s?
His explanation is that Golden could easily start week 1. So instead of sort of being worked into the offense mid-season, where then you're trying to play catch-up, they think he could start accumulating stats week 1.
The question is, where are they going to play him? Because I think they like Dobbs in the slot, so he's their zebra receiver. And then can he beat out? No, not Dobbs, sorry, Reed. Mm-hmm. Dobbs is the Z. Your Z typically catches more balls. It'll be interesting to see where they let him compete. Because he is a speed guy. The X is typically the fast guy. Doesn't catch as many balls. But we'll have to see. I don't know about starting at the end of this beginning of the season because they like to break guys in like this. And they really go player by committee. It doesn't really matter who starts.
Would your answer change if they do eventually deal Dobbs at some point before the start of the regular season?
Yes. I think ultimately they want him at Z.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I think
agree.
they want him at Z. I think projecting to the end of the season, him at Z, Reed in the slot, Watson at X. That's a lot of speed. It's nice to have speed. So I love the kid. I think, I hope he turns out the way they think he is. I think he could be special.
Joshy, you did a deeper dive. You said you found some more numbers from what Mike Clay has to say about Golden, et cetera.
Yeah, Mike Clay projects every player and what he expects them to get on all the teams. So Matthew Golden is projected to have 105 targets, 64 receptions, 889 yards, and 6 touchdowns. That is first place to Jayden Reed's second place, which is 82 targets, 56 receptions, and 669 yards with 4 touchdowns.
The interesting thing is going to be how Dobbs responds, because he can only go one of two ways.
Mm-hmm.
He can go balls to the walls and say, okay, I'm probably not going to be here.
But I got to
free
make
agent
some money.
Here, get after it, or he's going to pout and go the other way. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know where he's going to go.
I don't know if the Packers know which way he's going to go. For sure. Right? Like they had, high praise, talking about some of the receivers, working with Matthew Golden, but guessing in the back of their mind, they're going, okay.
Do you think Pittsburgh wants him? And they're just waiting to see what Rodgers does? Because they're obviously not going to move Dobbs before Rodgers commits.
Correct. But I also think the Packers would want to wait just to make sure, what if Golden shows up for, OTAs and mandatory minicamp and he isn't where they thought he was. He's a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Like right now, Romeo Dobbs is that insurance policy. And if he continues to grow and we hit training camp and, oh man, this guy's ready to go, Now Dobbs becomes an expendable piece that you could trade. Right now, I think Dobbs is an insurance
Like if
policy.
Watson didn't get hurt, he would definitely be gone.
Dobbs?
Yes. Or there'd be a better chance of him being moved.
Correct.
I don't know. What is it? Leopards don't change their spots?
Sure.
Nailed it.
I mean, I can't see him when they drafted these two receivers in the first 3 rounds being
the writing's on
excited
the wall.
about it. The writing is on the wall.
Let me ask you this, Chew. When Joshy rattled off those projections by Mike Clay, Clay has Golden projected to be more productive than Jaden Reed in year 1. Do you think that's accurate? Do you think that's how it's going to shake out? Because I can make a strong case that it will not, that Jaden Reed will still be the number 1 wide receiver and Golden will come on. But maybe they do feel pressure to go ahead and get this guy involved early and often because of where they drafted him, because of his speed, because of all of these things that they like about him, and that he will end up. If you had to guess right now and project into the future, Miss Cleo, what does your crystal ball say?
Well, the knock on Reed is that he's not very good against man, which is very concerning because a lot of teams play man. I don't know. I like Golden. I liked his negatives in the draft reports out of all the receivers. I thought those were fixable. Some aren't fixable. If you don't have a 5th gear, you don't have a 5th gear. So on paper, yeah, I like Golden better than Reed.
Do you think so, Gabe? You think
It's not that I don't like. It's not that I don't like Reed. I just think he maybe at this time be a little limited. We're going to see what he does this offseason and how he looks at the beginning.
You think we've reached the ceiling on Reed? What we've seen is the best we're going to see from Reed?
I think what happened is at the beginning of the season, okay, you can scheme guys open at the beginning of the season. There's only so many plays you can scheme open because you run out.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes, all right, you got to beat the guy in front of you.
Up to you.
And I think that's why he...
Well, and also, going back to the snap counts from a year ago, they almost exclusively played Jaden Reed in the slot.
Yeah.
They weren't moving him around. They weren't putting him on the outside. Part of the reason why they like Matthew Golden is because once he develops, he's going to start on the outside, and then once he develops, you can kind of move him around as this chess piece. Jaden Reed is not that. He's going to be in the slot.
Yeah.
And even... some of the snaps that he would be getting when he, if they're going with a different formation, he'd line up in the backfield as a running back. Those could be going to Savion Williams. Based on snap counts alone, Wicks was getting more snaps than Jaden Reed last year at the end of the year.
And this happens too, guys. It's he had a pretty good rookie year. And I've seen guys like, oh, I've arrived, I'm here. And you don't work as hard in the offseason, right? Now there's competition and there's pressure on the guy. Let's see what he does. See if he elevates his game. And then we'll know if his game isn't elevated, then we'll know he plateaued. That's the best he's going to be. So I will give him a pass because I've seen players do that. Have a good year, comfortable, have an okay year. You got to see how he follows it up. And Wicks is another one because you remember the gush last year. Hey, Wicks could be the number 1 guy. Well, you weren't.
No, but he was getting more. He was getting more playing time than Jaden Reed late in the season.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if these guys grow, and if they don't grow, then they plateau. That's the best they're going to.
We'll put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. Mike Clay projects Matthew Golden to lead the Packers in targets, receptions, yards, and touchdowns this season. Do you agree? He does have him ahead of Jaden Reed. Beyond that, guys, you go to Mike Clay's projections, and once again, and Joshy, you're kind of our fantasy guy around here, but my takeaway from this was don't draft Packers players. And that's even Josh Jacobs, who you could make the argument was the bell cow for the offense last season. Nobody for the Packers is really ranked very high. Josh Jacobs is the highest at 8th. I saw Jordan Love on here as far as quarterback rankings go. He's way down on the list. I don't know it off the top of my head. Was it like 16, 18, something crazy like that? Like your reaction, Joshy, to where these Packers players are from a fantasy football standpoint.
It's sort of as expected to me because the Packers do distribute the ball. They don't have the guys like a Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Nico Collins, Amon-Ra St. Brown that absolutely demand the ball at a higher rate than everyone else, you can make the case that Matthew Golden will eventually be there. I do think there will be times where a rookie is a rookie and he gets lost in a game. The game gets too big for him. He has mistakes and they can't put him on the field. I do think there's some sort of value to each and all of these guys at a certain level. And you never know how injuries are going to work out here, because if you lose one or two of these guys, you're going to have no option but to play a Dontavian Wicks if Jaden Reed gets hurt, or vice versa. Like, if one or two of these guys go down, you're going to be kind of battling for who even should be out there, and they're just going to have to either sink or swim. A lot of it has to do with them not being, frankly, viewed as one of the more talented groups, but they're deep. And when you have that, it's kind of a mishmash.
Oh. They're deep-ish. Having a bunch of average guys doesn't mean you're actually deep.
There are...
You know what I'm saying?
There are 28 teams that would love to have the Packers' depth. There are 2 teams who think they have a better overall. Like, they don't have the top end. But the Packers are 5-6 deep at the wide receiver, and many teams would like to have that as
more teams would rather have the top end.
Yeah, of course.
But this is all Love. Love's got to make the Pro Bowl this year. And I don't mean, 7 quarterbacks didn't go, you're in the Pro Bowl. He's got to go to the Pro Bowl.
Oh, yeah. But him being this low on the fantasy rankings doesn't shock me at all. This is a team that ran the ball over 50% of the time. And when it comes to fantasy football, the rushing stats always end up meaning more. So if you've got someone like Kyler Murray who's going to take off and run more than Love, like, he's going to be more valuable
but I think,
in fantasy football than actual football.
But we have also said that we'd like to see Love use his feet to move the chains a little bit more.
Yeah, but he's not going to.
But I think that was
a pivot,
like,
Gabe. Suddenly run for 500 yards.
I think that was a
That's
pivot.
Not part of
that
who
was a
he
pivot
is.
in the beginning of the season because they're like, we're not real good at throwing the ball.
Yeah.
But we are really good at running it. I don't think they wanted to do that. I think he was forced into doing it.
But even so, Josh Jacobs is still 8th on this list, guys. Even, again, as I said, with him being the bell cow of the offense last year, even with the ball going through him, he is still the 8th ranked running back. Do you think that's too low, Chew? Do you think Josh Jacobs will ultimately, at the end of the year, be a top 5 running back in fantasy football?
How old is he? I mean, because running backs...
Good question. I would say 26 would be my guess, too, but I'm guessing.
27?
I mean, he should be.
He is 27. Turned 27 in February.
All right, so he's a little on the downside. You know, your peak is 26, and it's not like a huge drop off. But he's, from an age standpoint for running backs, he's already hit his peak, so he's going to be on the downside. He's still good, and I'm sure that's why he's 8th. That does seem kind of far down the list, though.
Last night on the Weekly Wager, we discussed the Jordan Love over-under passing yards. They have it at 3,600.5 for Jordan Love.
You got to go over. If they want to even sniff, they have to be over that.
He had more than that in 2023. He had less than that in 2024. Obviously, there was missed games in there and a hobbled Jordan Love. I think Matt LaFleur wants to pass it more than he did, and I think they were forced into a situation where they were running the ball more than probably he would like.
So you take the over?
I love the over. 3,600 is pretty mediocre.
I mean, he's still, he almost had 3,400 last year.
3,600 is playoffs, lose first game. That's what that is. If he's under 3,600, would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd worry about the
4,000,
but also
4,000, you're in the mix.
But also, like, they have to, they as a team, not just Jordan Love necessarily, because to Josh's point, whether it was the injury, whether it was the receivers not, growing, they pivoted to running the football.
Correct.
And I think those receivers and Jordan have to prove, hey, we should throw the ball more than we run it. So now they're going to start where they did a year ago in terms of being this run-first, team that grows into a pass-first team if those pieces continue to grow.
Before we move on, because we got Top 8 at 8 coming up next here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I want to take a look at the tight end numbers. Where do you think Chew, our guy, Tucker Kraft, is on the tight end list projecting for fantasy this year, according to Mike Clay?
And this is AFC and NFC?
Yeah, NFL.
Whole league.
6, 7, 8?
11.
Ooh.
I thought it was low. In my mind, I had him top 10. Now, you could say, 11, you're splitting hairs, but I had him as a top 10 tight end from a production standpoint in the league this year. So I feel like
I
he
think,
will
yeah.
end up higher than he is currently projected.
And I think this speed will benefit him. Not his speed, but
Mm-hmm.
the speed of the players around him, or it should.
Clear out.
Yeah, essentially. Like I said, from him, I just want to see a Tucker Craft route. You know what I mean?
Just for him. That's his thing. Bread and butter.
Seen that, halfway through the season. I've seen that play 14 times.
And it works.
Bread and butter. Because I had bread and butters. I don't know what. It's probably more just bread.
Not necessarily butter the bread, but, hey, it's still a part of the combination.
Man, I kept looking for you on that Favre documentary we were watching last night. I watched it with Chase, my 16-year-old. I was like, look for Chew. Look for... No, that's not him either. No,
I didn't really want to be on it.
I think I saw Frankie's chin in a couple of the
and there was someone's eyeballs, right?
I definitely saw Frankie there in the
so
periphery.
he liked beer at 24. Sue us, right? I mean, jeez, I'm crow.
Wait, that's your
He
takeaway?
drinks beer?
When did you stop drinking beer?
I think
when he transitioned from a grinder to NFL boy.
probably when I got too boozy. Last week.
It's a new thing.
Hey, as the filmmaker / storyteller of the group, let me just put this out there. I don't think the point of that portion of the story was the
What's the
booze.
problem?
I don't think it was the booze. I mean, the ladies walking around in the thong bikinis
I
on the
wasn't
stage.
there.
Right.
Number one.
Sure,
Let's just
sure.
put that on the record. I was not there. I didn't get the call. Now, I probably would have went, but I didn't get the call.
What were they, judging some bikini contest or something?
I don't know.
All right, we'll take a break. We've got Top 8 at 8 coming up next. Stick around.
Let me tell you about our friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, because there is no better time to upgrade your windows and doors than right now, because Pella is offering up to 6 years of 0% financing. I can't wait to take advantage of that, because I set up my free in-home consultation, committed to nothing, but they came in, and for me, in the house that we have, we weren't necessarily looking at the windows. We were looking at the doors, getting a new front door for the house, and the options that they had, the customizations, the different ways that they could show me, they were seemingly endless. And that's what Pella can do for you, not just for doors, but of course, their bread and butter, the windows. And then you get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Certain restrictions apply. Deal ends May 31st, 2025. So visit PellaWI.com today. And when you do, tell them that I sent you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound 41, we got backups from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. The northbound side slowing down just before Watertown Plank Road, all the way up past Hampton. Southbound 43, just a little spot right just before Capitol Drive starts to slow down till you get to about Burleigh. The northbound side, that's a different story. We're definitely seeing delays from Oklahoma Avenue all the way up through the Marquette to Keefe. Traffic is brought to you by Third Ward Beer Garden. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await at Third Ward Beer Garden. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Isolated showers or sprinkles, otherwise mostly cloudy, a high of 54. Tonight, partly cloudy and chilly, a low of 41 at the lake, 37 inland. It's baseball season. Don't let a leaky roof strike you out. Hit a home run with Avondale Roofing, Wisconsin's top choice for quality and protection. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Highlight your long weekend when the Brewers kick off a 3-game series against the Red Sox on Memorial Day, featuring the best way to start summer, Dollar Hot Dog Day. Keep the summer vibes going into the week as kids and seniors can get 50% off select tickets at the game on Wednesday, May 28th. What's better than a long weekend? Brewers baseball and dollar hot dogs. Find your seats today at brewers.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp recently surveyed more than 16,000 people and found that while 75% of people believe it is wise to seek support, only 27% of Americans are actually in therapy, and people stay silent to avoid being judged. BetterHelp has more than 10 years of experience matching you with the right therapist. We are all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout for 10% off your first month of therapy today. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout. ESPN.com/timeout.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Smalls here. It's time to turn things up a notch. This summer, don't binge watch shows. Binge s'mores by the campfire. Press pause on the podcast and press play on the warm weather vibes. Here's your chance to win $10,000 for your ultimate summer. What are you waiting for? Take your shot with 5-Hour Energy and make this summer your best summer ever. Visit 5heshot.com for full details and rules and enter today. No purchase necessary. Ends June 30th, 2025.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He sounds like the Beatles.
What?
Anyone?
This is a new one on me.
Listen to
I
his
don't
interview,
know.
the way he talks. He sounds like Paul McCartney. Ringo farted and it was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We were just talking about our friends over at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, and you know it's known for its endless ways to win. Friday, June 27th, they're showing why that's the standard with the highly anticipated season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty roll into drawings, where $300,000 in cash and prizes is up for grabs. Be there to win your share, June 27th, only at Potawatomi. There is more information available online. You must be 21 years old to play.
The top 8 at 8.
Name something that follows the word pork. You pie. Huh?
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken! Oh my God!
Show me chicken!
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What do we got today, Gabe?
Memorial Day, always a big movie weekend, kicks off the summer blockbuster season. So it's a big weekend for Jen's guy, Tom Cruise.
Yes!
It is a big weekend for Tom Cruise. So
Did you see Tom Cruise was on Pat McAfee yesterday?
I did.
And I texted you guys and said, 2 degrees of separation now. I know Pat. Pat knows Tom. We're getting there. We're getting there.
So I've got a list of 8 things in front of me. You guys are going to guess back and forth. Once you each get one incorrect, you're going to... We're going to open it up to the fans. 800-990-3776.
My computer.
Oh, okay.
800-990-3776. Whoever gets the last one on the list wins an ESPN Milwaukee prize pack. I am looking for the names of the 8 Mission Impossible movies.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way.
Callers, hurry up.
I mean, Mission Impossible 1, Mission Impossible 2,
I've
Mission
never
Impossible...
watched one. I hate movies like that.
What,
Mission
action
Impossible?
movies?
Yeah.
Do you know these? Like, do you know all these names?
Did I know them by heart? No. Do I know them now that they're written down in front of me? Yes.
God bless America.
Have you seen them?
Is there an obvious answer here of just simply Mission Impossible?
Well, yeah, one I think was called Mission Impossible, but then...
Mission Impossible is
right.
correct. Came out May 22nd, 1996.
Man, I love that movie. So good. I don't know if it holds up. Like, if I had Chase watch Mission Impossible 1, would he be into it, or would he be like, Mom, this sucks?
It depends. Does he like, spy movie thrillers?
Yeah,
So I'm
James
guessing
Bond.
they're all kind of the same.
Are they like Bonds? James
Yeah.
Bond?
Except an American version.
Okay. And he was in all 8.
Correct.
Wow. Any other guesses?
Well, again, I don't remember there being titles attached to the early ones. So you're not going to guess?
I've never watched one.
Mission Impossible 2
is number 2. Came out May 24th, 2000.
How about 3?
Mission Impossible 3 came out May 5th, 2006.
How about 7?
No, stop. Okay. So then it feels like they probably started tacking on some titles.
Mission Impossible: The Final Mission.
Ooh, that would be good, but I don't think they're willing to cash it in yet.
That is close, but it is not correct.
Okay.
I know Fallout was one.
Mission Impossible Fallout is number 6 on the list. Came out July 27th, 2018.
Go ahead.
Does anyone know the name of the current one?
Yeah, the one that's coming out today.
Yeah.
Do you have a
I wish I
love-hate
did.
with Tom Cruise? Because I thought
No, it's
you
a
didn't
love.
like him.
It's a love. It's 100% a love.
You're taller than him. You know that, right?
I've heard that, yes.
I mean, when we started the show, she claimed that she did not like Tom Cruise. Her actions, since Jen has become a part of the show, scream that she loves Tom Cruise.
Did I tell you the U.S. Open that my buddy saw him?
No.
Him and Jack Nicholson?
Uh-uh.
I never tell you guys that story?
No.
So they rented a house, him and Jack, out in Lake Country area, and my buddy was driving around, kind of well-known in Okachi, and pulls up right next to him on Harleys. Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise, and Nicholson makes him roll down at his window, and he says, "Hey, is there any place around here to go get a good burger?" And he's like, "Holy sugar, that's Jack Nicholson." So he said, "Follow me." Drove him to a place to have a burger. Met him. He said Cruise was kind of quiet, but Nicholson was great. And they went inside and had a burger.
That's a
So
great
you were
day.
closer than you thought.
Oh, because he was in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
she wasn't in Wisconsin at that point. I think she was gone at ESPN for the U.S. Open.
The one in Erin Hills.
Yeah, it was in 2017.
What do you mean? Where she was here?
In 2017?
Were you?
No.
You were in Connecticut?
Let's move on.
Okay.
What year do you think it is right now?
You know what? I'm actually very interested in the answer to this
It's in the
question.
20s.
Let's go back.
I mean, I do that when I fill out date.
Yeah.
You know, and
When you're writing a check, you old
that was
fogey.
8 years ago.
that was?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
The movie that is coming out now, is it Dead Reckoning?
So Dead Reckoning is number 7.
Wow.
Dead Reckoning, which I'm assuming they're going to drop the part 1 because the name of the last one is not Dead Reckoning Part 2. But
It's
Dead
not,
Reckoning is
oh.
number
I
7. It's
thought
the
it
one
was-
that came out in 2023.
I thought it was going to be part 2. So I got to be honest with you. I'm really scraping the bottom of the
That's all
barrel
right.
here.
We got 5.
I honestly thought you guys would get the top 3 because
1, 2, 3.
yeah. And then if you would have got anything else past that, I was going to be
You
surprised.
guys-
And you've gotten 2.
Reset the list for us.
Mission Impossible 1, 2, 3. Mission Impossible Fallout was number 6, and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning is number 7.
800-990-3776. Can you name the Mission Impossible movies? It sounds like how many we have left?
We have 3 left.
3 left to win Top 8 at 8 today. 800-990-3776. Let's go out to Bill in Brookfield. Bill, you're on with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our Top 8 at 8 list?
I can. I'm a big Mission Impossible fan here. So we have Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol was number 4. That was the first one after the first one they actually named. It came out in 2011.
And then the next one after that was Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation came out July 31st, 2015, number 5 on the list, leaving the one that comes out today.
And then Chewy wasn't far off, but it's The Final Reckoning.
The Final Reckoning, yes,
Okay.
is the new Mission Impossible movie. That
Wait, so is that the last one then?
I believe so. I mean, Tom's getting a little old.
I didn't realize Memorial Day was a big movie weekend.
Kind of kicks off the summer blockbuster. Mhm.
We're going to the movies. We're going to see Lilo and Stitch.
I loved Lilo and Stitch.
Did you really?
Yeah, that used to be a cartoon. growing up
Yes,
with
yes.
the kitties.
But now it's live action. It's like people in anime. Is it animation when they do the creatures? CGI?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go
Tomato,
see that
tomato.
this weekend. All right, good list. Wish I could have gotten more. I guess.
Five's good.
should I come around? Should I say the thing that we don't say, which is?
I mean, you don't say it. We say it. You just don't say it.
All right, I'll continue to hold out then. It's more fun.
Even though we know.
It's more fun for you guys to talk about how much I love Tom Cruise and for me to protest too much. We will take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But before we do, guys, we've enjoyed having Professional Construction Inc. help us with our home projects. Whether it's a woodpecker putting holes in our siding or whether or not we have a balcony that is leaking water into our kitchen, you know who we call every single time to help us out? The folks over at PCI. And that's a big reason why when we were redoing our basement, we also used the fine folks at PCI. And can I just tell you, they did an incredible job giving us some extra space. Chase and his buddies go down there. They play video games. They have some pizza. They do all the things, watch some shows. And I love that they helped us out with that. If you are in the market for a new home or a home addition or a remodeling project, the PCI team is here for you. They've been in business for more than 20 years, which means they know what they're doing, and they will do exceptional work on your project. To learn more about PCI and see some of their work, go to professionalconstructioninc.com. That's professionalconstructioninc.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound 41 backing up right now from about Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. We've got the northbound side heavy from Watertown Plank Road all the way up towards Silver Spring. Southbound 43 a little bit heavy just before Capitol Drive down towards Burleigh. Northbound, you're slowing down from the base of the high-rise bridge all the way up to Keefe. Northbound 94 right about at the airport spur. Looks like we've got a crash in the left lane, so watch out for that. Couple box trucks there. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Possible isolated showers or sprinkles. Mostly cloudy otherwise, a high of 54. Tonight, partly cloudy, chilly with a low of 41 at the lake, 37 inland. Weather's brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's your pal Donald Driver here. For 10 years, I've been working with the Wisconsin DOT to get everyone to wear their seatbelt. And it's working. Nearly 90% of Wisconsin drivers buckle up, which makes me want to say to the ones who don't, come on, man. If you don't wear your seatbelt, you're going nowhere fast. Buckle up. If you don't, it can cost you money or a lot worse. Click it or ticket, and let's work together to save lives. Take my driving safety quiz at zeroinwisconsin.gov.
Buying and selling a home can be a stressful process. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. The We Sell group at Keller Williams has a goal of making it stress-free for everyone. Their passion is people, their availability is unmatched, something I'm experiencing firsthand while I search for a lake home to enjoy Wisconsin summers even more. Rob and Nick are there every step of the way, not just for their sellers, but also to potential buyers and their agents to bring in as many strong offers as possible. Get started today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
Hey, I'm Mike with Infinity Exteriors. Over 25,000 homes across Wisconsin were hit hard by this most recent storm. And like clockwork, out-of-town roofers are already flooding in and then disappearing the moment the job's done. Choose local. We live here, we work here, and we stand behind every roof we install. Since 1997, Infinity Exteriors has helped more than 30,000 homeowners protect their homes and their peace of mind with no hidden costs, no fine print, and no confusion. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And guess who didn't hit the hole? Zeke Elliott.
Ashton.
Well, I mean, yes. Yeah, right back there?
It's so true.
It was a direct shot. She took out the sniper rifle and just...
She got right up to me, took out a Glock, and just shot.
Yeah, right in the balls.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Doesn't matter what age you are, low testosterone can be an issue with any guy. That's where Mentality comes in. Local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. Mentality can help you the way they've helped me. And how did they do that? Well, I was kind of feeling tired, groggy. Just didn't feel like myself. Figured that was a part of the aging process. Turns out those were actually signs of low testosterone. And if you feel those ways as well, Mentality can help you too. Just go to the website, lowtusa.com, book an appointment, go through the process, and if your testosterone levels are low, they'll come up with a customized testosterone treatment plan for you. This is not one size fits all. No, they will make sure your levels are where they need to be. Mentality allows treatment to fit into every guy's lifestyle. Learn more about Mentality and their low testosterone treatments at lowtusa.com.
Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far.
There is a part of me that is done talking about the tush push, and then there's another part of me that still wants to address a few things that happened yesterday. So we talked a little bit about the colorful language that was used by Eagles owner Jeff Lurie. Can't say it on the radio. I appreciate that he was saying, though, basically, we love that we created something and did it so well that y'all had to make a rule to try to stop it. As you know, it did not get passed. The ban did not get passed, so the tush push lives another year at least. But the thing that stood out to me from the reporting of the tush push saga developments, all of the things, was this, guys. In an article that was written yesterday, I believe it was by Seth Wickersham, and I tell you all the time, if Seth Wickersham writes something, you read it. He said multiple sources noted to Pryor, a reporter for ESPN, that it was refreshing to hear about a rule and its impact from a player's perspective, and it could lead to more players weighing in on significant potential rule changes. That, of course, in reference to Jason Kelce showing up in the middle of the meeting and basically pleading the case for the tush push to stick around. I was shocked. I was shocked that this was a revelation, guys, that all of a sudden it was like, whoa, we heard from a player who it actually impacts. And that was very powerful. Gabe, why in the world weren't they doing this before? Anytime a rule is up for debate, why in the world aren't you listening to and hearing from the players who it actually impacts?
Because most of the players, when they've been going through the kickoff stuff, players don't know. Like Keyshawn Nixon had no idea how the new kickoff rules were going to impact him until you went through it in practice. This is, to me, a rare situation where they're looking to ban something. And that's not typically what they do a lot. I know they got rid of, last year, it was the hip drop tackle. Maybe that would have been. But again, most of these rules are, coming from, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to find out and see what happens after we enact it. And with Kelce, he ran the play for so long. And also, he's retired. Most of these players, I don't think, want to go up to Minneapolis for a owners meeting in the middle of their offseason. So the fact that Kelce's retired and hasn't been playing, but I think this is just such a special and unique thing where you had one team lobbying to keep it. Like, I can't remember another time where one rule, one play had this type of debate within the league itself where a team felt like they had to bring in a player to defend their point of view.
The only reason they do that is because 90% of the rules are geared toward the offense. 90%. You just mentioned the hip. That's an offensive rule, right?
Correct.
It hampers the defense. Tush push hampers the defense. This whole, let's keep drives alive and get scoring and this. The reason this came about is because they don't tackle anymore. You see the scrums, right? And they said the officials it's too hard for them to gauge. How many times do you just see a scrum of offensive linemen and then pushing and stuff like that? And a tackle. This was never a problem. And I am not a proponent of just because a team does something very, very well, you change the rule. But there was no reason back to 2005 to allow players without the ball to assist players with the ball. It's stupid. It's dumb. The Eagles would be probably the percentage wouldn't be as high, but if they just quarterback sneak with no assistance, it would still be in the 90s.
Because I think it was an 87% success rate from what I saw.
It's just why they did that. I have well, I know why, but I just think it's not good.
Also, if you're gonna have a guy promoting it and saying we like it and this is why don't you have Dexter Lawrence up there, the nose tackle, who twice a year has to have a mass of humanity bear down on him, plus Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, and whoever they decide to put back there as well.
It is dangerous because the only way to stop it is to get lower than the offensive line, right? That's what you got to do. You got to almost submarine. So look at, a D lineman's head in a compromised position trying to get lower than the center.
Or higher, as we saw with the Washington Commanders, although we learned that was not as successful.
I don't know. I'm not a fan. And I understand because you do something. I don't like taking that away because you found a loophole, and loopholes are good.
As you told us earlier in the show. But I want to be clear on
you're
something.
Going to tell us the loophole now?
No.
Okay.
Nice try that.
Sneaky.
I want to be clear on something. I'm talking philosophically across the board. To me, there is an ego here from the league, from the owners, from the people in that room, that they're over here just arbitrarily making rules that benefit them without, it seems like, ever going to the players and saying, what do you guys think? And Joshy, to me, that was the part where I was like, what a concept. When you guys are making rules about the game, how about you have the players that it affects in the room to your point, Joshy, and I agree. Could they have also gotten a nose tackle in there to say, well, actually, I'm on the other side of this sucker and it ain't all that great? That would have been great too. But my point is the hubris of these owners who are trying to make decisions that don't exactly affect them, but do affect the players on a play-by-play basis.
I know logically it sounds surprising, but we have to also categorize this properly. These are a bunch of billionaires who their greatest desire is getting what they want, not necessarily being right. So Jeffrey Lurie went out, made those absurd comments. What this became to him was I'm going to throw my weight around and make a move here regardless of anything else. This is me getting people on my side because I do what I want and I don't get told no. David Sampson, who I find to be a detestable person, the former president of the Miami Marlins, talks about this stuff in great detail, and it's rather illuminating, where the whole jockeying and whipping up votes and all, it's like, I did this for you in the past, you owe me this. It's all these owners and these billionaires with massive egos, never being told no, never not getting what they want, more so trying to work politically to benefit themselves and their, at a certain point, I think as you can see with the Philadelphia Eagles, this became less about the moral rightness of letting us run this play. This became a moral fight to prove we can swing our stick bigger than you can.
But I just don't understand, because if money is always the thing that is motivating these people, these decision makers, where's the money? Show me the ledger that says that the tush push is bad for business. That's what I don't understand. You can't quantify it. You can't break it down to pennies and dimes and dollars and tell me that it was affecting their bottom line.
I would argue that more explosive plays is more conducive to the NFL, and that's how they've kind of supercharged their product. So bringing it down to a play that goes off, that has a predetermined ending almost 100% of the time, is not good for the overall product.
But there's a very basic tenet of the world which also says that if every play is an explosive play, they're not exciting anymore. Part of the explosive play being great is that they only happen every few plays. So if the league is trying to cater to, we want every play to be an explosive play, that's just not how it works.
Let me ask you a question about Murphy. You think he kind of got thrown under the bus because he's in the club, but he's really not.
Yes.
Correct.
100%.
Because he's not a billionaire. He's just,
Yeah.
we'll let you in the door.
Well, he's not an owner.
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
because no one
That's
wanted
exactly
to
what
put their
happened.
name on it,
Correct.
their franchise.
Yeah.
And it's nebulous Packers versus Jed York, who, if you read his comments, seemed pretty sick of it, against it, but wasn't the one leading the charge.
Well, and again, listen to somebody talk about the tush push for literally an hour.
Right.
Yeah,
See, and that's an important thing. He gets on his bully pulpit and gets to speak to these other influential people and command the room. That is enticing in and of itself to these people in those rooms.
I'll vote for it if you just shut up.
Right.
We got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We'll wrap up the show right after this. Stick around.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Your chance to spend an afternoon on the links with ESPN Milwaukee is just a tap away. The 2025 Delzer ESPN Milwaukee Open happens July 15th at the Ball Golf Course, and we're inviting a lucky ESPN Milwaukee fan and 3 guests. Hang out with your favorite ESPN Milwaukee hosts, play around at one of Wisconsin's most popular courses, and enjoy food and drinks throughout the day. Open up the contest tab in the ESPN Wisconsin app and register for your chance to win this fan foursome with ESPN Milwaukee.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee's Theater District. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, artist in residence, and nightly live music, you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This just in, the NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I have told you how many times. Do not mess with electricity, Chew.
And I don't. I did. I did. But I don't.
Incident?
There was one.
Plumbing, you're going to get wet. Electricity, you're going to die.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Here we go.
Oh, we've got a number of polls that we've got on the Infinity Exteriors Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter polls.
Dainty or sturdy?
No, we did not go back and relitigate dainty or sturdy.
All right.
Just because, again, I have with Jordan Love, so he's listed at 6'4", 220 pounds. I have a hard time calling that dainty. That's
but
sturdy.
Frank Thomas is a massive a man, and Bo Jackson said he was too much of a wuss to play football. So that theory goes right out the window.
Well, yeah, but I'm not calling Frank Thomas dainty. He's still a sturdy man.
What do you call him?
One of the sturdiest.
But he didn't like to get hit
big
in
hurt.
football, so what do you call that?
Well,
soft.
That'd be soft.
Teddy bear?
Yeah,
Oh, soft.
That'd be
Okay.
soft.
Yeah, come on.
Stop yelling at me.
So on the Infinity Exteriors poll, the first one, could you accurately fill out all 50 states on a blank map of the United States? So far, 72.6% of people think they can.
I'm going to call BS. I don't think they can.
This is one of those things where you vote on it thinking that you can, but if somebody put a map in front of you,
I
panic
mean, I
sets
got
in
all
quickly.
the states.
But you literally mixed two around.
I mean, that's pretty damn good.
I believe most people, I shouldn't say most, I believe there's a significant portion of people who will be able to get all 50 states down, but they'll have a slip up. They'll slip up on some of those lesser known states.
Like Kansas, Nebraska.
Yep.
Like Chewy did.
What continent could you do the best in? And take...
You mean like altogether? Well, it's North America without a doubt.
No, I'm saying take that out. Take that out.
Europe, because I know the shapes of many of them.
Yeah, I think the
I mean,
shapes.
Australia,
Yeah,
I can
I
get
guess
out of
so.
the
Let's say
park.
Australia. Yeah.
Asia,
Antarctica. I think
Asia gets dicey for me.
I'd nail Antarctica.
Yeah.
Is that top or bottom?
All right. So Chewy would struggle.
I mean, I'm just asking.
Chewy would struggle.
If you had to just fill out all 7 continents, do you think you could do it accurately?
Yeah.
All
We're
right.
not going to do it, but
No, we just don't have
Utmost confidence there.
Yeah, we don't have the maps and technology to be able to do this for Chewy, so we're just not going to do it.
do you know how to change the blades on a Toro 50-inch?
I could.
No, you could. Well, out of anyone here, yes. Yeah.
Is it because of the flannel?
Yeah.
If he was wearing a rowback and I was wearing a flannel, would you say I had a better chance?
The only thing that keeps you alive is the beard is back. That's about it.
Today's
That's
second.
There's nothing a YouTube video and a little.
No,
wanna
that's
do it.
cheating.
Oh, you got to cheat.
Oh, youth. Go ahead, Gabe. What
Well,
else?
I mean, watching the YouTube video is the same as somebody
That's
showing you how to
cheating.
do
I mean,
it.
come on.
Well, somebody showed you how to do it initially. Well, not on that specific moment,
Yeah.
but somebody showed you.
Yeah.
I guarantee when there's an electrical problem, your dad's not going to YouTube. He knows how to do
Well,
it
no,
because he's a grinder.
Is he a master
He's a
electrician?
master electrician.
I know. I'm
He
a
went to school.
master of something.
The word master, like he's got certifications.
Yeah. Those are overrated. Not in electricity, plumbing, though. Yeah.
Today's second Infinity Exteriors poll. Should Tyrese Halliburton's father be allowed to attend the Eastern Conference Finals after being banned from games for the Giannis incident? 71% of people saying no.
Okay.
Should not be allowed to attend.
Oh, really? I thought it was the other way. Come on, people.
Should he be
nice.
allowed to attend?
Just pops.
The answer is no. When are you nice?
I just think, he made a mistake. He kind of owned it. He half owned it. He didn't go the whole way.
Well, that's the thing. The thing about owning something, it's kind of a 1 or 0 proposition. Either you do or you don't. And he really didn't. Because he tried to tell me that he was just yelling yay over and over again.
Okay.
Like no one ever has ever once.
Yeah, I didn't boot him out.
Mike Clay projects that Matthew Golden is going to lead the Packers in targets, receptions, yards, and touchdowns this season. Do you agree? 55.6% of people disagree.
Yeah, I would disagree as well. Rookie. He'll be good, though.
I don't know, man. I just don't. With the way that Jaden Reed was used late in the season last year, I've got questions about Jaden Reed doing it again.
I'm going to give him a pass because of his rookie year. Thought he arrived. He didn't. He's got to realize that.
His last 8 games, Chewy. Jaden Reed, last 8 games, 28 targets, 19 receptions, 237 yards, 3 touchdowns. In his last
He'll bounce back.
Games.
I'm not saying he's going to be great, but he'll be good. He'll be good. No?
There's bad numbers.
Yeah, they're not great.
I literally now have questions about everybody in that wide receiver room. We're supposed to not have questions about Jaden Reed, but we do because of the way he played.
Competition
in the
is
second half
good.
of the season.
Competition is good. Cream rises to the top.
That was a state-sponsored product?
Here, we're in your Lobos gear today, not Packers gear. I don't know, you having pizza tonight?
This thing smells. That's why I can smell it up even more. I'd never wear a robot to work out in. It's sacrilegious.
Wildy and Tush coming up next.
We got backups northbound on 43 coming up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up past